Clara never imagined that her life would change so dramatically in such a short time. At 32 years old, she was an active woman, full of plans and dreams. She worked as a literature teacher at a secondary school and spent her afternoons writing stories and poetry. Her life was on a smooth path until one day a persistent pain in her chest led her to the doctor's office. After a series of tests, the devastating news came: breast cancer. The diagnosis hit like a bomb. Clara had to put all her activities on hold to focus on her treatment. Months of chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and countless hospital visits ensued. Her energy waned, and the vibrant, lively woman transformed into a shadow of her former self. Days at the hospital were long and lonely, but Clara remained steadfast, believing that there would be an end to all this. One night, after another exhausting day of treatment, Clara had an intense pain crisis and was rushed to the ICU. The doctors fought to stabilize her, but the feeling that her body was failing grew stronger. Amidst the pain and whirlwind of emotions, Clara had an experience that would change her life forever. She felt her body being pulled away from herself. The pain and fear were replaced by a sense of absolute peace. Clara floated through a tunnel of light, a place she imagined to be paradise. However, there were no angels singing or golden gates. The environment was simpler, but of indescribable beauty. Colors she had never seen, scents that reminded her of the happiest moments of her childhood. Everything was there. However, what impressed her most were the people she encountered. They were familiar faces, people who had passed away many years ago, like her grandparents and childhood friends. Everyone smiled and radiated a peace that Clara had never experienced in her earthly life. They didn't need to say anything. The serene and welcoming look of each of them spoke more than 1,000 words. Time seemed non-existent there, and Clara felt as if she could stay in that place forever. But suddenly, everything began to fade. Clara felt a strong pull back to her body. She tried to resist, wanting to remain in that peace, but it was impossible. She woke up in the hospital bed, surrounded by machines and the worried faces of doctors and nurses. Her breathing was heavy and her body weak, but her mind was clearer than ever. Clara knew that this experience was not just a simple dream. She had visited a place beyond human comprehension, a paradise unlike any conventional descriptions. And now, back in the real world, she felt compelled to share this truth with everyone. No matter how much time she had left, she would dedicate her life to conveying the message that paradise was not what people imagined. It was a place of love, acceptance, and a peace that transcends anything the human mind can conceive. Clara's near-death experience was a turning point. As she slowly recovered in the hospital, she couldn't stop thinking about the serenity and peace she had felt in that place beyond this world. Her body was weak, but her spirit was revitalized with a new perspective. The following weeks were full of ups and downs. Although her body was still fighting the disease, Clara found strength in her experience to continue. She began keeping a detailed journal about what she had witnessed, describing paradise in a way she had never imagined. In its pages, Clara talked about how love, acceptance, and transcendental peace were the true components of that extraordinary place. The doctors were surprised by Clara's improvement. While the initial prognosis was not optimistic, her determination and renewed spirit seemed to make a difference. Between chemotherapy sessions and moments of intense pain, Clara found solace in her words and in the certainty that there was something more beyond earthly life. One day, while waiting in the hospital for another treatment session, Clara met Anna, a woman going through a similar situation. The two began talking and quickly became friends. Clara decided to share her experience with Anna, who listened attentively, with tears in her eyes. Clara's story brought hope and comfort to Anna, who was also battling cancer. Anna started spreading Clara's story among other patients in the hospital. Soon, Clara's words began touching many hearts. People who were discouraged and demotivated found renewed hope and courage upon hearing about Clara's near-death experience and her vision of paradise. Clara then realized she had a mission. She started organizing small support groups in the hospital, where she shared her story and listened to others. The environment was filled with empathy and understanding, and together the patients found strength in each other. Clara's message spread beyond the hospital walls. Before long, she was invited to give talks in churches, schools, and community centers, where her story touched even more lives. Clara's health continued to be a roller coaster with good and bad days, but her mission gave purpose to her life. She knew that, regardless of the time she had left, she would do everything she could to share her vision of a paradise beyond human comprehension. And so, amidst smiles and tears, Clara became a beacon of hope for many, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. Clara's influence continued to spread, reaching more and more people who were inspired by her journey and her vision of paradise. Her story became a beacon of hope for those facing difficult times, and her message of love and acceptance resonated deeply with everyone who heard it. Clara's health, however, remained unpredictable. She faced numerous setbacks and hospitalizations, but each time, she bounced back with a resilience that amazed everyone around her. Despite the challenges, Clara never wavered in her mission. She continued to write and speak about her experience, using every opportunity to share her message with the world. Her diary entries became a source of strength, not only for herself, but also for countless others who found solace in her words. One evening, after a particularly challenging day, Clara received a letter from a woman named Maria. Maria had been diagnosed with terminal cancer and was struggling to find meaning in her life. She had heard Clara's story and felt compelled to reach out. In her letter, Maria expressed her gratitude for the hope and inspiration Clara had given her. She wrote about how Clara's words had helped her find peace and acceptance in her final days. Clara was deeply moved by Maria's letter. It was a poignant reminder of the impact her story had on others. She realized that her journey had come full circle. She had found a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcended her physical struggles. As the weeks passed, Clara's health began to deteriorate more rapidly. She knew her time was running out, but she remained at peace. Surrounded by loved ones, Clara spent her final days reflecting on her life and the extraordinary journey she had experienced. She continued to write until her last breath, leaving behind a legacy of hope and inspiration. Clara passed away peacefully, knowing that she had fulfilled her mission. Her story lived on, touching the hearts of countless people who found comfort and strength in her words. Clara's vision of paradise, one of love, acceptance, and transcendental peace, became a guiding light for all those who sought solace in the face of life's challenges. In the end, Clara's life was a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of sharing our experiences, and the profound impact that one person's journey can have on the world. Her message of hope and the belief that paradise is a place of love and acceptance continued to inspire and uplift those who needed it most. And so, Clara's legacy lived on, a beacon of light and hope for generations to come.